A diplomatic glow this Diwali, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has thanked US President Donald Trump for his warm festival wishes and a phone call that touched on key bilateral issues. In a post on X, the Prime Minister expressed hope that India and the US, and I'm quoting here, will continue to illuminate the world with hope and crucially stand united against terror in all its forms. President Trump, meanwhile, marked Diwali with traditional lamp lighting at the White House, surrounded by Indian-American members of his administration. Just before the ceremony, he confirmed his call with Prime Minister Modi, saying it focused mainly on trade. That's what Trump has said. He also repeated that India would not be purchasing major quantities of Russian oil in the future. Listen in to Trump's remarks, followed just Trump's remarks at this point of time.
Americans, let me also extend our warmest wishes to the people of India. I just spoke to your Prime Minister today. We had a great conversation. We talk about trade, we talk about a lot of things, but mostly the world of trade. He's very interested in that. Although we did talk a little while ago about let's have no wars with Pakistan. And I think the fact that trade was involved, I was able to talk about that. And we have no war with Pakistan and India, and that was a very, very good thing. But he's a great person, and he's become a great friend of mine over the years. In a few moments, we'll light the Diya as a symbol of faith in the victory of light over darkness. It's a beautiful term, light over darkness. That's what it's all about. It's knowledge over ignorance and good over evil.
All right, to decode this further, I'm being joined by Dr. Brahma Chilani, Strategic Affairs Expert. Welcome to NDTV, Dr. Chilani. First up, of course, what do you make of Prime Minister Modi's sharp Diwali message to Trump on anti-terror?
It's good that Modi has reminded Trump that counterterrorism is one of the key planks of the US-India partnership. But it's interesting that Trump is keeping up the squeeze on India. He still maintains 50% tariffs on India. India remains the sole and only target of Trump's secondary sanctions over Russian oil purchases, even though India is not the largest purchaser of Russian energy. China is. In fact, Europe buys more of Russian energy than India does. But he has spared both China and Europe and targeted India. So while keeping up the squeeze on India, he is maintaining his personal outreach to Modi, including conveying Diwali greetings to Modi, though those greetings were conveyed by phone a day after Diwali. But it's good that Trump is reaching out to Modi, and there is the possibility that Trump and Modi could meet on the sidelines of the ASEAN summit in Malaysia. And I think that would be a good thing for the relationship, though without the fundamentals being improved, we do not expect this relationship to be tangibly repaired, because the damage to this relationship began under President Joe Biden, and Trump has delivered a major shock therapy to the US-India strategic partnership, and it'll take a lot of effort for this relationship to recover its momentum.
Right, absolutely, Dr. Chilani. On the meet between Trump and Prime Minister Modi, the Minister of External Affairs hasn't given out any statement. There's no clarity whether the two leaders will be meeting. But my question to you is that, of course, Trump has rather taken a step down, because earlier he said that India will not buy any Russian oil, and the latest statement he said that India will not buy much oil from Russia. But your last thoughts on how the Prime Minister has sent a clear message that India, A, will not tolerate terrorism, and second, that there was no third party involved when it in regarding the truce between India and Pakistan.
Well, first on the oil part, it's interesting that after having repeated that claim at least a couple of times, if not more, that Modi had assured him that India will stop buying Russian oil. Now he has revised what Modi supposedly told him. Now he says that India will not be buying too much of Russian oil, but the oil import data of India, which is internationally available, does not support his claim that India has cut back its imports of Russian energy. There is no such indication because the September oil import data of India indicated that there's only a slight decline because these monthly imports of oil fluctuate. They depend on what's available in the market, how competitively priced the oil is, and sometimes on a monthly basis, imports from Russia go up. Sometimes they decline slightly. So this is fluctuation driven by market conditions. There's no indication that India has cut back its oil imports from Russia as Trump has claimed. But on the larger thing, Trump at the end of this week will be embarking on his first Asia tour of his second term. And that tour of Asia will begin with the ASEAN summit in Malaysia. That's where Trump and Modi could be meeting before Trump then heads to Japan. Japan, as you know, has just elected a female prime minister, the first ever female prime minister, and she has certain misgivings about the trade deal that Japan signed with the US, under which Japan has pledged to invest a staggering $550 billion in the US. And then from Japan, Trump will go to his third and final stop in South Korea for the ASEAN, for the APEC summit.
Right.
And the APEC summit is very important because Trump will meet with Xi Jinping. And at stake is nothing less than the future of the US-China relationship.
Right, Dr. Chilani. Thank you so much for joining us here on NDTV with your insights on this.